Hey everybody, welcome. What's up, Christina?
Hi,
What's up,
everybody.
Jake? How's it going?
That's a
No,
bomb intro.
right? It is. Um, Thanks for the billing. You know, he's an awesome guy. Hawk Paranormal. So you made that video. Meant our intro. So,
Hi,
but
Jake.
anyways,
Welcome. You're a new guy. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome.
oh yeah, hit the thumbs up. Thanks for coming up and
Mm-hmm.
subscribe. Thank you. Like I was saying, like thank you guys for coming, and we got an awesome interview today. With Mindless Adventures. She's about to come up in a sec. Just want to say thank you for coming, and we're gonna have a good interview today. So
Hey, Jake. You can call me Jax. Everybody, you don't have to say Lady Jake. Just call me Jax. Everybody else does. Well, hey, Amy, what's
there
up?
you go.
Hey,
How's it going,
hi.
Amy?
Oh, I'm doing.
Yeah.
Uh, for for anybody that doesn't know, my voice is gonna crack in and out tonight. I had surgery a couple weeks ago, and so I'm still kind of
No
healing that
worries.
throat up.
So let's go to get started. So what made you get into investigating the paranormal?
Um, Investigating paranormal is it's just been something I've always wanted to try. I've always been into paranormal. Horror movies, that type of stuff. I've had my own experiences in the past. Starting YouTube with doing it on YouTube is another story. It started out to be a family oriented um, channel. I tried to start doing stuff with my kids that way, and then it kind of got to where my son was into paranormal. He wanted to do it, and so we kind of started dabbling in that. But it's picked up in the last year of just me and myself and some new friends.
Awesome. So how many people do you investigate with?
um, I just do a lot of paranormal investigations with like Tommy amongst the tombstones and Randy's real paranormal. Um, and recently, Helena from Wolf Hallett's Paranormal has joined in. I don't do a lot with them uh, right now, but just a few people. I find it that the less people you have on an investigation is probably better. I As long as I'm in a safe environment, I don't mind doing it by myself.
Yeah, and I also think that also like especially when you go on a property and stuff like that, especially indoors, because there's so much noise around you, and you know it's less to have communication with other investigators, you know.
Yeah.
So you say,
Um,
yeah,
my very first paranormal investigation inside a dwelling, there was so much interference, not only inside the house between investigators and the owners, but outside as well. There was a festival going on,
oh wow,
and I know that the place is haunted. I could feel it. It was haunted, but to get proper investigation, it was just not a good night to do it. but
yeah,
but my friends that I was there with, they seemed to do pretty well and got some good evidence, but when I was off in my own areas, I didn't get a whole lot.
yeah. Well, when when you're in there, like let's say it's only five or four of y'all, right? Like, um, go ahead and run me through the process how you set up your equipment and um, just basically just safety issues and stuff like that.
um for inside
Yeah, yeah,
investigation, it depends on who's hosting it. When I did the Fowler Theater and Benton Township Jail, we kind of decided amongst ourselves who was going to go. group up together. It ended up being girls versus boys because at that point in time I hadn't really investigated with other females. It's just been me and males. So the girls went off, and there was 4 different levels. Um, I believe us ladies started in the attic, if I remember right, and the boys went down to the main gel area, which is the main level. So, we had a floor in between us, and that worked out pretty well.
Mhm.
We took whatever equipment we had. Tommy and Randy, Tommy amongst the Tombstones, and Randy, is real paranormal. They have quite a bit of equipment, whereas for me, I only have cat balls, phone app, and that's about it. So, um, we we went off, used my phone apps, my cat balls, and I
Mhm.
have an EMF detector, and the boys use their equipment.
Yep.
Once in a while, we might try to use one of their equipments, but
Mhm.
the less is more. You don't need equipment to really
No.
know. If you know, you know.
Yeah. You don't
Just
because like yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Omar says the same thing.
Hmm.
J-
Like,
So
I'm just letting you know, Eli friend wants a puppy, so I might have to email you or ship you a puppy. I'm just saying.
Oh damn, man.
Well, shit, she said I want a puppy. I gotta give her one. She's my sister.
Oh
I gotta give
shit.
her one.
Well, we can talk to her
You're
about
paying
that.
the shipping, Eli. You paying the shipping.
Oh shit. Sneaky ass thing. No, I'm just kidding. No, go ahead. Well, because
and then
when I died, like my thought and feeling was, if you could just listen, you could hear me. Like I mean, you don't need all the equipment. You don't. I mean,
no,
but you also got to think though, when the spirit is passed on, they're going through their own trauma too, and they're trying to talk to you as well. Now, when a spirit communicates with the like your equipment and everything,
Yes,
you
friend, and
you
they
you
are.
can you can hear the wavelengths when you're dead. Because I remember, when Jack was trying to communicate, she said I could hear the wavelengths, and it's scary for them as well. You guys got to understand that.
some of my first experiences with the paranormal, I didn't have any equipment. I had
Mm,
no desire to really investigate. I worked for a daycare in a old house. Um, we had infants up to almost 2 years old,
yeah.
and this nobody would no children were allowed up on the second level or in the basement, and there was no heating ducts or cooling ducts on the second floor. You could feel a constant cold draft coming from the second floor in the dead of
Mm,
summer.
mm.
Um, cold cold breezes would just pass you by and go into the bathroom and slam the door shut. And
Oh wow.
the bathroom door had to swing it towards or out. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of when you go in, it goes in. The door goes in. There you go. Um, you could hear footsteps and a rocking chair upstairs.
Mhm.
I didn't have any kind of equipment. I didn't even know the first thing about paranormal investigation, and that was back in
Yeah.
2000. Um, one of my first investigations in a cemetery with my brother down in Louisville, Kentucky, or
Hmm.
no, not in Louisville, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We went to what was called or is called Casey Cemetery, also known as Gates of Hell. It's way back in the boondocks. You have to go a few miles down a dirt road in the middle of the woods, nothing around. And I just had a simple video camera. I, don't-
Oh
I
wow.
don't I don't recall us actually having any apps or devices at the time. I maybe that's it's been a few years, but when I got back and started editing the video,
Hmm.
I could hear on my headset without any apps or anything. I could
Wow.
hear words, and I knew it wasn't me. I knew it wasn't my brother, and and it couldn't have been my kids because my kids were being too loud. So
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, that, and that really got me going right there.
Mm.
I've gone back to Gates of Hell a few times,
Yeah.
and I love it there, but I
Yeah.
haven't been back there in quite a while.
Well, would you say it's sort of like a rush to you, or sort of like a curiosity to communicate with spirits?
Probably more of a curiosity, and even though I've kind of gotten over the passing of my aunt, I'm still
Sorry for
kind
the
of
loss.
looking for that. I'm still looking for answers, I guess you want to say.
Yeah.
Well, if I can communicate with her through dreams or I can hear things, how can I communicate better? I guess
Hmm.
I want to say,
Well, with
or
some people, sorry to interrupt you. With some people, when they pass, they pass over, but they know they hear you, they feel you, they can sense that you're there. You know what I mean? But some are so fixated on what they're going through that they can't really communicate as well. You know what I mean? Hey, Rob, what's
and
going on?
I would love to be able to help not only spirits on the other side communicate with or deal with whatever they're dealing with, but I would like to be able to communicate with people that have passed that maybe I need to communicate with to make myself feel better, you know?
Oh yeah, that's
So,
good.
because I've had my grandmother pass, my aunt pass, I've had a few other friends that I didn't get to say goodbye to pass that I would love to say good, you know,
It's
Yeah,
kind of like closure in a way. It's like
yeah,
my
it
yeah.
is
aunt. Like
closer.
when my aunt died, she died of ALS.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no treatment for that. She didn't tell us. She didn't tell us. She didn't want to worry. And when she finally told us, it was the last stages. And literally, with ALS, your mind is fully cognitive.
Yep, yep.
You know your body shutting down and dying. And my aunt was an altogether
Yeah.
woman. It's like she lost control of eating, everything. And the day I was going to call her and tell her I loved her, she died the next morning.
Well, can I say something? Like, do you have these feelings where you know she's listening to you, or you know she's there? I
I
Aunt
mean,
have
Sally? Yeah, I think she does.
I
I
have
know
stuff
she
like that
does.
in dreams. So I really do. I've had my aunt come to me in a dream and tell me that she's telling me that she's acknowledging my granddaughter or something that's happened in my life. I've even had a friend tell me that he was killed hours after he was killed before anybody
oh,
else had knowledge. So
I just
yeah,
always tell everybody just know that I don't believe death is final. I don't believe
nope,
death is final. I think
nope.
when your spirit leaves your body, it just goes to another place. It's just another life thing to go through. I know my aunt's here. When she's here, I hear her. I hear her tell me like, "Look, Jackie, are you supposed to be doing that?" I'm going, "Man, stop! You ain't even here no more." And she like I can feel like her like going,
Yeah,
"Hey,
yeah,
bad idea, don't do this."
yeah,
Or
yeah.
my grandma, Eli's heard my grandma say, "Don't do it."
Yep,
He goes, "Who is
yep,
that woman?" I said, "What woman?" He goes, "She said don't do it." I
yep,
said, "Oh, that was my grandma." He goes, "Then we ain't doing it." I
yep.
said, "I ain't getting no ghost slap shoot. I've
Or
been
you
slapped
could,
by my nana." No.
or you could feel like, oh, should I do this, Grandma? And you're like, you know in yourself not to do it. That's
Yeah.
her telling you, hey, she's leading you on. She might be she might be helping you out through your life. You know
I
what I
was
mean?
told I was told okay, so I had this headache for like 10 days. It was like a migraine. I couldn't get rid of it. Couldn't get rid of it. And someone had saw my video of the shadow figure behind me on my page, and Vale saw it, and she goes, "Hey, that's your uncle." I said, "Well, I never met him, so I gave her a picture and I showed her old pictures. I have old black and whites, and I called my mom. She goes, "Do you know a Roland or a Ronald?" She says. I said, "No." So I call my mama, and my mama says, "Yeah, Ronald was your Uncle Toonie." Well, he was in my kitchen for the longest time, and I'd see him, but but I didn't know who he was. So cognitively, I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing, just gonna let it go, let it pass. But she Belle says, ask him what he wants. Simple. So I said, what do you want? And wanted to know if his dad was here from time to time. And I said yes, and my headache went away.
um,
Gone. Gone.
I've I don't know if I told you guys, but I've caught a few pictures of spirits. I took my brother, or not my brother, I took my son for, I want to say his 14th, 15th birthday party, or birthday. My brother and I took him to Waverly Hills because
Oh,
they
I
live
want to
down
go
on
there. That's on my bucket list.
they live down there, but it was a public tour. It wasn't a private tour, and we weren't allowed video cameras. We weren't allowed equipment. We could take pictures in certain areas. I want to say the fifth floor. Um, and I took a picture in the bathroom where the nurse supposedly hung herself or in that area. And after kind of playing with, I seen something in it, right? But I started playing with the coloring and stuff of it, and in that picture you could see an outline of a woman in period clothing. Just like not long ago, I was at Henderson Castle with Tommy amongst some tombstone, and I had taken a picture of this big organ in the ballroom upstairs, and in the mirror next to that organ, you could see a um, woman's silhouette in period clothing. So I've caught a few of those.
Now, let me ask you a question. What are what's the feeling you get off of that person, like that past person? Like, do you see the whole face expression? Like, I mean, how does that go? Like, how does that go?
Out of those pictures, I just seen the silhouette, and I didn't see him until after I got home.
Okay,
So it
okay,
wasn't like I didn't really get a feeling off of him. I just came across him after I started looking through the pictures when I got home.
yeah. Well, no, what I was saying is like, you could like, I'm so interested in looking at old pictures, like, and even like spiritual pictures, to think like, what are they thinking? Like, I mean, are they suffering? Are they happy? Or
Dude,
I
I have
mean,
a box full of black and white pictures, and now that I can see things, now that I know, I want to
yeah,
go through all those pictures and go, what's in these pictures? Do I see something in these pictures? I'm like, I've heard people talk about that when they find out that they have,
yeah,
they're sensitive. They go back and look at all their pictures. I'm like, well, I gotta pull these pictures out. I gotta go through all these little tiny pictures. I mean, I'm talking 1920s, 1930 pictures. I have a
yeah.
picture of my grandfather when he was 5 years old
Uh-huh.
from
Wow.
1891, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, but how do you like when you were there at that location when you took the picture of that female? Like, what kind of how did you feel? Like, what kind of impression did you get by your feelings? You know, did you get tugged on? Did you get scratched? Did you get like any kind of happiness, sadness there, or because every place holds an energy when they pass.
Right. Um, Waverly, that was quite a few years ago. And that the only thing I really got off that is I was more on the sad side the whole night because it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to be actually to go in and be able to investigate. And when I found out I couldn't video, it kind of dampened the night. And then it was such big group of people. It was like 25 people in a group, and there was two groups. So, it kind of put a damper on the night. So, and then the place just feels, you could feel the sadness in the place. So I guess it kind of threw me down a little bit. Um, but as far as Henderson, that night just went. It was I was planning on being there for a ghost or paranormal ghost tour, I guess. And then I got there and found out that there was miscommunication and it wasn't going to happen that night. But I still got to go around and look at the place. So um, again, I was kind of in a disappointed mood, but I was also having a good time. So I really don't recall having any different feelings on that.
Yeah, that's true. No, I was just asking because just like, I mean, it's just like you say, you rather, have a feel of the place before you use any equipment, you know. So
I don't have equipment. I have two cat. I have cat balls.
I don't have
I have
equipment.
well, I have an Echo Box. I have a cat ball. I have my Echo Box, and I have
I have a
my grid
story.
lights.
I have a story about cat balls for you,
Okay, go ahead.
but with Waverly it was a night thing. So and Henderson it was a day thing, and there was people, a lot of people at both events too. So it was kind of hard to read off of
Yeah.
place versus
Oh yeah.
reading off of people. So we talked about this before the stream started. Last December, I got the chance to go to Fowler, Indiana to meet up with James, the fam, and Omar Gosh TV. While I was there, hold on. I talked to Dwight and set up a paranormal investigation for me and some of my friends to go to, which it turned out to be Randy's Real Paranormal, Helena's or Wolf
Wolf
Haunt
haunts. Mm-hmm.
Paranormal. I still can't get the hang of that one. Um, and Tommy Amongst the Tombstone.
Was that around? That was before Ghost Drama, right?
Yeah, that was before Ghost Around.
Way before.
This was July 25th. We all had gotten together the weekend before and did one at Winchester Mansion in Elkhart. But I had invited them down to the Fowler the following weekend. And we did our investigation at the jail. We moved on to the theater. That one, we kind of broke up and went wherever we wanted. We didn't have a game plan. It's such a small place. There's not really many places for us to go. So we just kind of broke up and did our thing. Well, I was out in the lobby area talking to Dwight, and Tommy come downstairs and he hands me this Ghostbusters DVD. He said, "Here, go up in the what do they call it? The
Projector
projection
room.
room and use this as a prop." Okay. Well, I guess the story is that the projector guy, I don't remember this whole story on this. I haven't even edited this video yet. But he didn't like women up there.
Oh
He'd
wow.
take other men up there or something like that. You'll have to
Oh.
kind of watch my video when it comes out, hopefully in the next week or two. Uh, but I went up there by myself, pitch dark. My camera light was dead. Never thought once about not having a light all night, and it burned out just before we got to the Fowler. But so I've got my phone, I've got the DVD, I've got my EMF, and I got a cat ball. I set my camera up and I put the DVD leaning up against something on a computer monitor. Everything's turned off up there. I have the cat ball sitting in front of this DVD, and I believe my EMF was in front of the cat ball. And all of a sudden, the DVD goes, or well, no, the cat ball goes flying to the right. The DVD and the EMF detector comes sliding straight down. And it just, I'm like, what the hell? Because I didn't expect it. I was fooling with my phone trying to
Yeah.
get something or my app to work or whatever. And I actually got it on not only my camera, but I got it on the security camera from the Fowler. So that cat ball flew in a totally different direction. In fact, I have that video. You're gonna have to walk me through how to do that again.
Okay. I could just put it up like she's right. That's my fiance. Say hi. Yeah, she goes no.
Hi.
She come in. I didn't see her. Where's she at?
Oh, she's right here. I'm trying to get this thing working now. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go.
You got it now?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So the ball goes off to the right, and the DVD player goes down. Where's the DVD? How did I get out of there? There we go. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can find. Uh, I am going to see if I can find it on the theaters. They put the security footage on his. I have it somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it.
No, Matthew, they are not snack packs. Well, actually, they look like snack packs. They're fat snack packs. Let me tell you, these babies are wide on all sides.
Yeah, man, I'm
No,
still
but
waiting for my
and
snack
Matthew,
packs.
those chickens aren't mine outside, so you can snack pack them all you want to. They're my daughter's chickens, so I won't feel no pain.
Right?
Go on ahead. She got 10 chickens out there. You go ahead, do what you gotta do. They ain't mine, shoot. But you leave my puppies alone.
Where'd it go?
Rain, Sky, don't eat that, you freak.
Oh,
Stop
here it
eating
is.
boards.
Okay, can you still see it?
Now we can, yeah.
Okay, let me put this on full screen for you. All right. This is their security footage.
Hmm.
Oh shit!
Oh wow,
You
what?
see it?
Yeah, I see it. The DVD fell. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah,
that's
Eli, you got
awesome.
this, Eli.
Yeah, that totally took me off guard.
You know what?
Yeah.
When you catch stuff like that, like okay, Tennessee Sam, he has got a video out. He showed me the other day. We were on Hawk Paranormal's live. We do his. Well, I go on his channel every
I'm
Saturday.
sorry. Are you still sharing?
No.
Okay. Okay.
So he took 2 pictures. No, not puppy snack. No, they're not Scooby. No, Matthew, we talked about this and in depth. The puppies are not snacks. You can snack the chickens and the rooster. We got a rooster out there called Russell Crowe. Get it?
Russell Crowe. What the
Get it?
hell?
So he showed this picture. He goes, now Jack's look at these 2 pictures. Snap the one, then snap the other. As soon as he snapped the one, there was nothing there. Snap the second one, perfect apparition of a woman. A
No.
woman gave me the freaking chills. I said, you could see her bob haircut. Oh, you gonna show Rocky? What's up, Rocky? Don't be licking your daddy's nose, man. I got cute
He's
puppies.
cute.
Puppies, here. You're not a
I
puppy. Puppies.
I've
Come
got
here, puppies.
two.
Come here, puppies. Come here.
I've got 2 cats myself. Johnny, and
There's a bear.
Reese.
There's a bear. He
Aw,
fat. He real fat. He
um,
fat, fat, fat.
My
No, not chubby. Yeah, they're chubby.
chubby puppies.
my roommate has a pit bull, and she's the most adorable, loving thing I've ever seen in my
This
life.
is Lagatha. She
Oh,
earns her name. She ate my wall.
ball
Give me
boy.
Rags. Rags right here. We call her.
Now, have
We
you
call
ever
her
had
Legs.
have you ever had an attachment from any location?
No, thank God.
Oh,
At least that I know, I'm aware of. I mean, you never know.
Oh
That
my
maybe
God.
yeah, you
maybe
don't
that's
know.
why I have anxiety attacks. But
Look at the,
Yeah,
no,
you
look at
don't.
nothing.
that's Ragnar. He's sold. He leaves
Yeah,
tomorrow. No
yeah,
snack packs, you Matthew.
yeah. You don't want one. You really don't.
I do carry around crystals with me.
I don't know where Sky is. She took off. She about somewhere.
Yeah.
I've got sage, which
He's so
I
cute,
used
friend. Rocky's so cute.
to cleanse my
Where's Sky?
crystals, but I think it's about that time to do. But yeah, I carry crystals with me. I try to remember to say prayers before my investigations and after investigations. But
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So, how about graveyards? Let's talk about that. Like, um, how do you investigate a graveyard? Because I never did. Can you go ahead and show me how you do? Because I mean, it's different than it's better than doing it investigating indoors because there's a lot of
right.
noise, cars, cats, dogs barking. I mean,
I've done quite a few investigations at cemeteries. I try to actually do a true investigation. I try to find one that's secluded some and out of the city area. Like I said, Gates of Hell Cemetery in Hardin County, Kentucky, which is E Town. Um, that's miles out in the boondocks. There's nothing around. The most we got was, crickets and coyotes making noise. Um, Bertrand, Bertrand St. Joseph Cemetery in Niles. That's just outside, and we got a little bit of like dog noises, but it's out away from a lot of traffic and stuff. That's the best place to go
Yeah.
for me. But like the one cemetery that I really, really want to go to, and I'm, if he's in here, and I'm praying he does, because I told him I'd be on tonight. Heart City Paranormal. I've been trying to get with them for about a year. They're
Oh,
local paranormal group in my city. Um, I'm trying to get them to go
No,
with me
that's
to
a legit
Graceland.
country.
Trying to get them to go to Graceland Cemetery here in Elkhart, where CG Khan, he's the maker of instruments. Elkhart's well known for instruments. Dr. Miles is buried. The he was Miles or Bear, but you probably know it more as Bear.
mm,
They do Flintstone
Hey,
vitamins
David. Oh,
and
Bear? Yeah.
yeah.
different pharmaceuticals. That was based here in Elkhart. The originator, Dr. Franklin Miles, is
Mm,
buried here, and then the youngest Civil War soldier is buried here at Graceland Cemetery. I grew up going to I went to the high school that's just on the other side of the tracks from the cemetery, and we always heard the ghost stories of the cemetery. I've taken Bat Rican and Sean Cody to it, and
yeah.
actually seen something during the day, broad daylight. I seen
Wow.
something weird. So I've got a lot of stories from it, but it's in the city in a bad neighborhood,
Oh, wow.
and I personally will not go to the cemetery at night, just for on the fact that it's not the dead that I'm worried about.
It's
It's
the
the
living.
living. That's why I
Yeah.
don't do a lot of investigations by myself, especially at cemeteries, is because I'm not afraid of the dead. I'm
Nope.
afraid of the living.
Yeah.
And
And so many people go in and desecrate graves and stuff, and I hate that. I hate that. Like I was telling you about that one cemetery that's like 30 minutes from me. It's one of those cemeteries that time forgot. Like people don't go there to pay the
Mhm.
respects. They're like overgrown. It's way back behind a cement plant. And
Mm,
my sister, my daughter's boyfriend showed me. And I said, "You got to take me there." It's like it's almost sad that people are buried there and nobody cares. Like they
That-
don't bring flowers, they don't clean the graves, nothing.
no, no, they.
that's
Yeah.
just like Casey Cemetery in Kentucky. Everything's one time we go out there, we find a dead horse carcass. That's or my brother went the first time and found the carcass, and it was still pretty
Fresh.
fresh to where it had all the meat and everything. But then when we went back a few months, it was almost gone, but the skull was gone. And the story is that they do rituals back in the back where the behind the cemetery where there's a bunch of springs and
There
stuff.
again, people doing stuff they don't
Yep.
know nothing
Exactly.
about.
And
That's
Like
what happens.
um real quick, second star survival. I'm in Indiana, but I have family in northern Kentucky.
nice.
But they there's the last time we went out there to that cemetery, we got there and there were some other people there doing parano a couple doing an investigation, and they actually had a Ouija board. And
Wow.
my son
Nope.
said, "Mom, they're doing
Hey, stop it.
they're doing a Ouija board." I was like,
Mm,
"If they're doing a Ouija board, we're leaving because I'm not doing that." I
mm-mm.
do not do the Ouija board. If you're going to do a Ouija board and you want me to be there, think again because I won't be there. I'll turn around and go home.
Well, like I said, you
Exactly.
behind stage Ouija boards, yes.
Yep, they're
They made
bad.
it. They made it as a game. It is a game. Whatever, kids can
Mm,
play with it, but
mm.
it's not the game. It's the intent.
How about
People don't
dowsing rods?
realize when you're. Oh, dowsing rods are good. I have a
Yep.
pendulum.
Actually, I've been thinking about getting some dowsing rods. It probably won't be until next spring after all the holidays and I get back to
Get
work.
copper. Copper are the best. And
Um,
Matthew, I'm still waiting on my dowsing rods, bro. It's been almost 2 years. Hello.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I want to know, like, when you hold them, do you feel the energy of the spirit? Like, do you feel any like movements, like, or how does that? How do you
I've
feel when you hold
I've
one?
never used the dowsing rods,
Oh,
so I
dowsing.
don't know.
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting it, but as I've told you guys, I don't know how many in the chat knows, but I just had surgery for a hiatal hernia 2 weeks ago, and so I'm off work. I won't be going back for another 2 weeks or maybe a little longer. So I don't have all
Oh,
that
I believe you, Matthew. I
income
believe
coming
you.
in.
Look, you gotta be. See, Matthew. He's second star. He's a different breed of cat. Okay. Look. Let me just. I'll just give you one quick thing. What's up, Jared? Thank you. When apocalypse comes or whatever, and the
So,
zombie apocalypse comes,
up, Jared?
girl, just run because you know what? He's gonna preserve all of our bodies and eat us.
Thanks, Jared.
I will run like the wind. I can't run for shit, but you know what? I'll run over Eli just to get past him. Shit, I don't give a shit. No one's eating my butt.
Exactly. Shit. Why
He goes,
not?
I'll save you for the
Show
end,
up.
Jax. I'm like, yeah, sure you want to trying to eat my puppies and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Se-
Right?
Second star, it's Grace Lawn, not Land. That I
I'd like
was
to
Oh,
go to
talking
thanks,
about.
Jared.
Graceland. I'd like to hear if Elvis is still.
Oh, I would love to too. And
Some
just to
part of me
do an
doesn't believe Elvis is
investigation,
So,
dead. Part of me doesn't
do it
believe Elvis is dead.
just to do an investigation there would be so awesome.
That place
it
is
would.
old.
I have not heard of anybody ever doing one there,
No, I
but
don't think
I
they
would
have,
love it.
unless they don't allow it. I don't know because you're allowed in some parts of Graceland, but you can't go above like
Yep.
where his private quarters were, and
Right.
that's where you'd want to go to do an EVP, like
Well,
the bathrooms or
like
something.
like we said, if it's haunted, it's going to be haunted anywhere in that
Anytime.
place at
People say,
any
yeah,
time.
people don't understand. Well, oh, we go at night because it's haunted. If it's haunted during the day, it's haunted during the night.
It is.
Ghosts don't pick
It
a
is.
time going, oh, hey, it's
Yep.
9 o'clock. Let's haunt this place.
See, I have a desire to get out and travel more.
Thanks, Jared. I'm glad
I
we're back.
I pretty much stick an hour to 2 hours in around my city to travel, but I'd like to get out further than my brothers in Kentucky and go do places.
Hmm.
So the past year since I've been going through a lot, I've been going through a lot of health issues. I've gone through a divorce. A lot of life changes in this last year. So what I've been doing in my spare time instead of focusing on videos because I can't do them half the time because of my health is I've been doing crafting. A lot of what you see behind me is craft items that I've
Hmm.
made and I'm hoping starting next month that I'll be up in Kalamazoo once a month at the Henderson Castle to sell some of my craft items. And I'm going to find other crafting, like craft events or conventions or something to sell my stuff at, like Ghostorama. When I got back up there in August, I didn't have a booth because I'm like, I don't have anything to offer anybody. I could sit there and say hello to everybody, but I don't have anything to offer. Well, now that I'm crafting, I was like, I should have took crafts. I could have sold my crafts, so I can
Yeah.
start selling my crafts to help fund my trips to help me do a few more repairs to the car and get out there.
Did you see what Jared wrote?
We are
He said
based about time.
time doesn't exist to spirits, only
Nope.
us. We are
Nope.
bound by time. Yes, with us,
Exactly.
with the living, everything is time. What time are you gonna be there? What time are you gonna be done?
Take
Spirits
some
don't
by
have
Jared.
that.
That's
They
fine.
have time, but their time is
It
totally
is.
different than ours. They're not
See.
bound to time like we are.
Yeah.
We
It's a
we, we
stop.
just got to make a time for
Thanks,
Yep.
them and
Jared.
Yep.
and and kind of
Me too,
what's
Matt.
the
Me
word?
too.
Yep.
Um, well, I'm trying to think of the word and I can't think of it. Um, kind of, get into our Zen spots,
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say. I can't think of what I'm trying, the exact words, but you got to sit there and come into your, Zen, and sit
yeah,
there and let them come to you and talk to
yeah,
you in
yeah.
order
I've
to.
always said spirits are not monkeys. They're not monkeys. They
Nope.
don't perform. You can go to a cemetery that people say is so completely haunted, and people have gotten footage by footage by footage, and you go and nothing happens. That just means
Exactly.
nothing's happening.
That's
Um,
happened to me several
Exactly.
times at Casey's Cemetery. The first time we went down there, I got voices on a regular video camera with no equipment. The second time we
second
go
time,
down there,
nothing.
nothing happens. I mean, at that point in time, somebody had gone and laid little passage Bible verses on all the graves in the cemetery. And then the next time we go down there, there's smiley faces
Nice.
painted on the trees, and somebody's playing the Ouija board, and there's a skeleton, and every time you go down there is different. In fact, the last time we went down there, we ended up finding a little spring cavern. Um, it wasn't the best footage. We didn't have the lighting and stuff, but we found a little cavern. And at one point in time, I'm looking through my camera at it, and I'm like, "Oh, I thought I saw people," and it was just the lighting.
Wow.
It was really
Can I ask
really
you a
neat.
All
question?
right, Matthew.
Can I
Thanks
ask
for
you a
coming, bro.
question?
Love
Thanks,
you.
man. Question: have you ever want to investigate on your own, like on your own? Yeah.
Alone.
Um, daytime invest. I might have done some daytime by
Okay,
myself.
that's not a good idea.
Um, I
No.
know I did the St. Joseph Cemetery. I went during the daytime to scout it out for a nighttime
Fair enough.
investigation, and I did a little bit there. Um, like when we were at Winchester Mansion, I snuck away from the group and went to the basement and investigated by myself.
Wow.
Um, and I
It's
think I
always
might
in the
have.
basement. It's always in the basement.
Well, that's one place I hadn't gone yet, and the guys had, and they kept on saying, "Well, we're getting all this activity," and I go down there, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then
Right.
then us girls go up to the attic, and they're on the main floor with the owners of the house getting all this activity, and we're not getting crap. I didn't get crap all night, but then again, we also had a jazz festival going on downtown,
Oh
and when
shit.
you're in the attic, that's all you can hear is the jazz
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Let's say you're doing it by yourself, right? And let's say you go to an abandoned building or abandoned house. Like, do you carry any protection, or do you make sure you tell like a friend or family, "Hey, I'm going down there by myself," or do you
I
check
never
out the place? Or
I never go anywhere without telling
okay.
anybody where I'm
You
going.
never know. It's not that,
No.
something's you could
Matt
trip and
Matt
fall.
did.
Matt did
No,
what?
Matt did. Remember?
What?
Matt went by himself and he hurt himself. Remember?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But
I
Matthew's hardcore though.
Yeah.
um if I go anywhere during the day, I might not tell anybody, but if it's going to be a nighttime thing, then I tell them. And just out of respect, with my ex-husband and with my current boyfriend, I say, "Hey, I'm going to go do
Mhm.
this with such and such, or I'm going, you know, to this place by myself in case I need something." And
Yeah,
I always keep me.
I won't film without Jason. I mean, he's my camera guy. That just in case I trip and fall, just in case I hurt myself, there's someone there with me. Because I told him, I said, "Well, I'm just
He
gonna
might
go
hurt.
alone."
Hey,
He said, "Nope."
he might hurt. Hey, he might hurt himself.
That's all right. At least I ain't get hurt. That's the problem. The whole thing. Better get the good footage. Look, if you're gonna hurt yourself, turn the camera around so I get good footage.
I, I'm thinking
Totally
about
relax.
I'm thinking about next
Just don't always
spring,
hurt yourself.
trying to find somebody that can be a camera person for me so I can be on film more.
I
The
didn't
more
think
I
about that until Jason said it to me. He goes, "Babe, I'll just be your cameraman." I'm like, dude, even better. That way I don't have to fall and trip while I'm looking through a camera.
the more I do YouTube, the more I get comfortable being in front of the camera. Um, in fact, having people on a live stream with me like this makes me be or it makes me so comfortable that I'm able to talk instead of sitting here and going yeah. In fact, I'm sure if you ever watched any of my live streams or videos where I'm on screen, I'm usually not as talkative.
I didn't get on a camera for when I first started YouTube. I was just in chat, just in chat, and
Yeah,
what Jax, Paranormal Underworld. He says to me, Jax, we're gonna get you up on camera. I'm like, nope, no, you're not. I ain't coming. Hey, what's up, X? How you doing? He said, no, we're gonna get you up
Hey,
here,
what's up?
Jax. So one day I'm painting my
What's up,
bathroom.
Tito?
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. We're all sitting bullshit, and he goes, turn your camera on, Jax. I'm like, nope, no, because come on, what do you got to hide? I said nothing. I said I'm just not turning my camera, and you can ask Eli. When I first met Eli, I never was on camera. I was always chatting in the in the chat. So I finally turned my camera on. Boy, let me tell you what. As soon as I turned that camera on, I was always. I never.
Yup.
It's getting over that initial fear of coming on and going. You see yourself talking, and then you're like, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah.
something like that.
well, my thing is when I first started this YouTube channel, I weighed quite a bit.
Girl, you
Up
lost some weight, girl. I'm playing.
I
You did.
have. I
You
have
did.
lost. I have lost almost 100 pounds in the last year.
Gone ahead, girl. Shoot, I've lost like 50 in the past year, and
In
look,
the
it's not easy. It's not easy.
Nope.
in the
It's not.
past 2 3 weeks, I can almost say I've lost another 10 15 pounds. But that
Yeah.
surgery wise, I can't eat a lot. I can't hardly eat at all right now. I'm on a very soft food diet right now. So
A lot of my medications I take are weight
People with the hard
gainers.
work,
So I take this shot. It's called Saxenda. And you take a shot one day. It's just a little tiny shot. You wind it up and little shot.
Yeah.
From taking that shot, I've lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
well, see, a lot of mine is my lifestyle changes. When I first started YouTube and when I weighed the most, I was doing security for
Oh,
RV
okay.
company. And I was only doing that job because I have slip disc in my neck and back and lower back, and that was really inflamed, and I couldn't do a whole lot. And so the longer I stayed at the security job, the more weight I gained. Plus, on top of that, I'm in a marriage that I wasn't really happy in, so I'm not getting out. I'm not doing things. I'm eating more than normal. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. I'm enjoying doing YouTube, but I don't have anybody to really talk to. I'm not happy at home. I'm
That'll do
working a
it.
lot.
That'll do
So
it.
as soon as I felt like I could handle getting back up and doing physical stuff again,
Hmm.
I started applying for factory jobs again, and I got the job that I'm at currently in metal fabrication. So I'm doing more physical activities,
That's good.
lifting more. I can lift a good 50 plus pounds,
Keep the good
you
weight.
know.
Good, yeah. You do need it.
Um, but I also not only did I switch jobs, but I was going through a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety with family issues, not only dealing with my husband, with kids, and stuff like that behind the scenes. So I'm not eating as much. I'm having more activity, and then after I got the divorce, I really got kind of active, but I started having health issues too. So the more I have health issue wise and the more activity that I've been doing, the more weight I've been losing. But like
But
I said, in the last 3 weeks, I've lost at least another 15 pounds, and
Because of
that is
surgery, you said it's
just
hard
because
to
I
eat.
had surgery. Yeah, I
well,
had a week before the surgery, I was on liquid diet only, and then a few days after the surgery, it was a little bit of liquid. And then it went to a full liquid diet. Now I'm on a soft food diet, so I'm eating
good job.
pretty good. But
It's hard when you lose weight due to a surgery and not the right way, because then you end up gaining those 5 or 10 pounds
Exactly.
back, not just knowing you're doing it. Like the shot I take, it's a weight, it's the appetite suppressor. So I take that shot in the morning.
Exactly.
By dinner time, I've eaten nothing. I'm not
Well,
hungry. I have to force myself to eat something
mine, I won't be able to eat an actual good meal, and normally
for a while.
until it for another few months because they had to pull that stomach down and repair my diaphragm, esophagus, whatever it was. And if I could like biscuits or any kind of bread product right now, I can't eat that. I won't be able to eat that for a while. If I eat it, it gets stuck. It is stuck just below my rib cage in my stomach area, and then I bloat
Yeah,
up and I'm miserable. So yeah, it's
my
gonna be a
mom had the
while.
same surgery. I was talking to you about that. She had the same thing. She also had her thyroid taken out. And when she had her
Wow.
I
thyroid taken out, she's got this big old scar that looks like she got like a slit. But
I was so mad at the doctor. They told me three incisions, just below my breastbone. It was
Mhm.
5 1/4.
I don't know why they tell you that. I don't know why they tell you that. When
Oh wow.
I went
It
into my
looks like
gallbladder.
somebody stabbed me
Yeah,
all up in my
I
stomach,
went to my
and
gallbladder.
it's
They
like,
told me they're gonna
Wow.
make a tiny. I was 20. I was 22 years old. They said we're just gonna make a little incision by your belly button. I have that incision, but then I woke up with an incision clear across my stomach. I said, yo, 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 what is this?
well, see, I
They
had a
said, well, it
partial.
busted. It busted inside of me, so they had like minutes to get it out of me. So they had to gut me.
Oh
I had
wow.
a partial hysterectomy. I want to say 5 6 years ago, and I only got two small incisions. One in my belly button, one just above the
Hmm.
pubic area, and I can't
Mhm.
even see that scar, but I
Oh
could see the one
wow.
in the belly button. Well,
You'll
I'm
see that
not.
forever.
I'm
You'll
not.
see that forever.
Yeah.
But I then now I've got like six across my stomach,
Oh
including the
wow.
and I'm like, oh god, it's gonna look so bad when I get get in a bikini. I'm gonna look like I've been stabbed all over the place.
Wow. Well,
Man.
that's your question. Like, what's your goal for your channel?
Oh man, if I could get to 300 by the end of the year, that would be my biggest goal right now. I wanted to have 1,000 within that first year,
Yeah.
but it just didn't go. But I don't know. I don't know if Rob Michiganderman's still in here, but
Yeah, he left.
I
Yeah.
again publicly, I if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be at the numbers I'm at now.
Nice. Nice.
He really helped me. I collabed with him, and I was in
Nice.
his live streams, and then I got to know other people, and it just kind of balloons up there. Um, but yeah, I'd like to eventually get up there to where I could be monetized and at least have a little bit of extra income to come in to help fund some of my travels because
Cool.
there's absolutely nothing around Elkhart area within a 30-minute drive to really get into, and then a lot of
Mhm.
them indoor investigations that I like to do are costly. So,
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Like, when you like, let's say you go investigate out in the open, like a cemetery, stuff like that. Like, do you have to carry extra batteries and stuff like that just in case?
oh yeah, yeah, I've learned my lesson. In fact, I need to buy an extra light. I went from having a actual small photo camera that did a little bit of video to GoPros, and now I've got a really nice camera. I'm trying to think what it's called, a Canon GX or something like that. I don't remember what it is right offhand, and I don't know where it is. But
Yeah.
so I'm still learning how to operate the cameras and how to get the best quality for my videos. But I've learned
Mhm.
that the lighting and the lighting for the camera matters too. I
Yeah.
have one light that I use on my camera now. I just got that over the summer, or in the springtime, and it works wonders. But I found that after 3 or 4 hours, it goes dead. I,
Oh
I
damn.
I investigated here what 3 or 4 hours at Benton County Jail,
Yeah.
and then we were once we got done there, we were gonna head over to the Fowler Theater, and by the time I got done at the jail, my light was dead, and
So
I
do
didn't
you?
have an extra one.
So do you think the spirits drained them?
Or it's just it was just a
No,
long.
it was just a long investigation.
Okay.
Um, I need to get an extra one. I only have one at the moment, but
Yeah.
I've never investigated a place in that long of a period before, so I didn't even think about the light. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I got flashlights, I've got headlamps. Well, them headlamps and them flashlights don't do you any justice for the quality of your video.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
as far as batteries go for my camera, I have 5 or 6 batteries.
Nice.
If I remember to charge. My
Yeah.
biggest
Nice.
mistake when it comes to recording videos and stuff is here, right here. I forget to take this out of the damn computer
Oh
every time.
damn.
In fact,
Damn.
this one is I've got to get a hold of him, but this was from Randy's Real Paranormal. I got to Ghostorama back in August. Pulled my camera out.
Nice.
I was gonna start doing an intro and realized I did not have an SD card in my camera.
Oh snap.
And I did not
Okay.
have
Um.
one in my case.
That's what I have to buy. I
Yeah.
have to buy. I'm just gonna buy for now just like a vlog camera, just a simple tiny camera, just for like 30 minute, you know,
Now,
whatever.
Yeah.
when you're first starting out, Jax, it's I found that I like the GoPro better.
GoPros, yeah.
Um,
We looked at GoPros and we looked at the vlog cameras, so I'll probably get both, but just to have them, just in case one goes down, we'll have the GoPro. But it'd be easier with the GoPro. That it's easier to hold.
yeah, it's a lot easier to hold. I even had one where it's got a screen on the front to where you can see yourself on, so it would switch back and forth.
What is that? The GoPro
Um,
9, I think it is.
um,
I think I
I
saw the
don't
GoPro
remember.
9.
I don't remember what I have. My office area is a total disaster area. You can't tell because I spent most of the day putting my background up, and so all my crafting stuff that's usually back here behind me or on my table is all in the corner, and
Yeah,
it's just
my background stuff that
everywhere.
I'm holding my table because all the puppies are underneath it. They're just
I
shaking.
I probably have two very angry cats at me right now because they have a cat box and cat food and water in here, and my door has been shut. So they're probably angry at me, but good thing is they got another one out there. So
You know, I
So.
thought my cat would be intolerant of the puppies, but she's
Yeah.
very tolerant. We call her Auntie Goose. She just looks at those cats when they first were born. She looked at me and went, "What are those?"
Could you say? Could you say? Have you ever? What's the most scariest experience you ever had investigating?
You always throws that one out there. What's the scariest
yeah.
place?
Um,
I said
somebody
experience,
asked me that not
Oh, he
long
said
ago too.
experience. There's a difference. I would think Waverly
personal,
Hills would have been
personal
personal.
experiences,
Personal.
like things that weren't caught on camera,
Like if
but
you got
you
touched or
see.
something, like grabbed or yeah, not even
Um,
something on camera.
well, the personal experience and nothing that happened on camera is that the daycare that I used to work back in 2000, and toddler cottage. Um, I don't know if I was talking about it in the stream or if we talked about it before we went live, but I worked at infant toddler cottage and the kids weren't allowed downstairs. They were all under 2 years old. Nobody was allowed upstairs, only teachers. But we were afraid to go up there. There's no heating ducts, no air ducts up there.
Yeah.
This is a old house built early 1900s or late 1800s. I'm not sure. but
I couldn't see. It was dark.
but you could constantly in the middle of summer feel a cold breeze coming down
There you
them
go, Ron.
stairs.
He's smoking at me.
Smack the shit out. Look, Fran, I can't get him. There you go. See, there you go, Ron. He gets lippy. He gets lippy with us, Fran. I don't think
See,
you
there
know
you
how
go.
lippy he
Yeah,
gets.
yeah,
I
I
can't
do.
reach out. And,
Oh,
Yeah, but
shit.
we
Oh,
used to
sorry. Go
get
ahead.
cold air coming down the stairs. We used to be able to feel or hear footsteps, and a
it's
rocking chair up
weird.
there.
It's weird when you're by yourself and you hear things and nobody else
Oh
hears
yeah.
them.
There was a
Oh, it's
lot of
crazy.
times that I was the last teacher there. I would be the one that would close up, and my toddler would be out of the house. I had no infants in the house. I could be sitting there and hear an infant cry in the infant room, and there was no kids there at all. There,
Wow.
the kitchen. That's where we hung out in the back corner of the house while the kids were
Mhm.
sleeping in the front, and the next room over was the infants room where the cribs were, and then the other kids would be in a room out, kind of, I don't know, to the side, sleeping. I would be sitting in the kitchen at the table, and just on the other side of the wall I could hear an infant cry, and I'd get up and go to the infant room, and my infant wasn't even there that day. There was no other infants in the room. The
But
other infants.
do you get frightened easily? Was that like really frightening? Like, of course you think it's your kid going upstairs, but then it's nothing. Like, what was your thought, your feelings towards it? Like,
Believe it or not, none of this has really frightened me.
oh wow.
None of my experience. I don't know if it's just because I'm so into all this, but I
You're
don't get
used to
scared.
it. It's a use.
I
It's a used to thing. You just.
I don't
I.
get scared easy.
Yeah,
The
that's
guys
good.
at work, we have a female coworker that is very easily scared, and you're always hearing her scream because
Yeah,
somebody scared her for one reason or other. And the
yeah.
guys like to try to do that with me because there's only a handful of us females in the workplace, and they like to try to scare me. I don't scare easy. I don't scare easy at all. I'll be like, oh, hey, even on investigations. One of the things that did kind of it concerned me more than frightened me
Mhm.
is the first time I met Tommy amongst the tombstone. Drew and I had planned an investigation out at St. Joseph Cemetery, also known as Bertrand Cemetery, I guess, in Niles, Michigan.
I heard about that.
Uh, I had already done a daytime investigation by myself, just kind of get the feel of the place and see where it was and that. And Tommy had his at that time girlfriend with him, and they're off doing their thing, and I'm off doing my thing on the other side, and I don't know what Drew is doing, but at one point in time we came together, and all of a sudden we're seeing eyes, glowing eyes out at the edge of the cemetery looking at us.
Wow.
And and it was in the area where we had earlier seen a deer walk through. So I kind of was, "Well, it's probably a deer." Well, then we started seeing eyes out in the other area.
Probably not a deer.
And I'm like, well, then what caught my attention in the other area was I thought a car was coming in, and
Mhm.
we didn't know until we got there just before it got dark that there was a time for closing time for that cemetery. I didn't know that. I didn't see it when I had to originally went out there. So we were worried about somebody coming back there and getting in trouble. But it was the moonlight hitting the
Mhm.
gravestones. That's what caught my attention, and that why we were looking that way. Well, then we started hearing stuff back behind us again, and we look out there and we saw these humongous orange glowing eyes. And according to Drew on his spirit box, he was getting things like devil or evil or run or something like that. This is stuff that I didn't personally hear
Mm-hmm.
come from his
Mm,
thing, but when we're
mm.
seeing huge eyes that could not have been an animal of any kind, we said, "What the hell? We're getting out of here!" And we got out of there.
Wow, what
I
city?
didn't even do a outro. We just
You're going to
shut
be
everything off and out.
you're going to be interviewing people and or not interview but on investigations with people or even just being with somebody saying, do you hear that?
Yeah.
I lay in bed at night and one night I turn my TV off and Jason goes to sleep because he gets up at 4:30 in the morning. I lay in bed and I'm like, did you hear that? He goes, what? I goes, wait, hold on. I lay back down. I sit back up. I said, did you hear that? He goes, wait, what? No, I hear nothing. Okay, fine. So I opened up the door just to make sure I'm seeing what I'm hearing. And I said, okay, did you see that? He goes, see what? I'm like,
Mm.
it's frustrating that he can't hear and see what I see. He goes, well, I see shadows sometimes. I said, you see the shadow dude in the hallway. That's not helpful. When I'm sitting
Yeah,
up saying, do you hear that?
that with something like that. Yeah, I that kind of makes me wonder about the other person if I'm not hearing it, but they are. But he's saying he's here, or he was saying he was hearing on his spirit box coming. It would say exact words. It wasn't like, um, and maybe I'm calling it by the wrong thing because I can never get the dang equipment's names right. But it would come out where the word would pop up you could actually hear the word clearly. I wasn't going through the channels,
Yeah.
so he would say, "Well, it said demon," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I could see it says demon on your thing, but I'm not hearing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know what you asked it beforehand."
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if
That's I don't like the demon word. I think
No,
it's a
it's
and it
rare.
Hollywood
It's
word.
rare.
It's a
and it
Hollywood word. Because you say demon and something, people are like, what? What? People are going to tune in. It's not really like all these, like, okay, so like necrophonic. It's programmed with 900 something
Yeah, I
words
was
in it,
gonna ask.
okay?
Yeah.
It is a word bank. So it could say demon, it could say ghost, it could say whatever it wants, okay?
right,
I don't use the necrophonic. Bro, I texted it, I tweeted it twice, and I put it on Facebook. Check your messages, bro. Check your messages.
right, and
Like,
it depends on the
it was a
app
lie.
too.
Well, I use the Echo Box, which has no words programmed into it. None. Jared had got me into it when we first interviewed Pasadena Paranormal. I said, "Where did you get the Echo Box?" And I'm like, he goes, "Well, he told me how much it was." And I said, "No, I got to get one because I was really interested in it." Well, his friend, the guy that investigates with him, Brent, sent me one. There's no words programmed into it. It's just
Yep.
the spirits just manipulate whatever it is. You got to
Right.
find the sweet spot on it. You have to really work with it. I mean, I have the Scottish version, I have the English version. So, and plus I hear. So, the necrophonic annoys me. That old lady, I can't do that. I
Yeah.
can't. I
No, it's
can't. I can't do
annoying.
it.
The white static sounds just drives me nuts.
No,
So,
you have short-term memory, Billy.
How about hey? How
Mm-mm.
about ghost cats, ghost dogs? Like, have you ever seen any of them? Like,
uh,
or ghost pets?
I have some.
no, I don't think so. Other than seeing weird glowing eyes in the woods, I don't think I have.
I do think
No.
our pets come back. I mean, I hear like Buster. I know his tap of his feet, how he walked.
Yep.
You
I
know,
hear
I've
that.
I've never had a pet die on me.
That's sad. That's
I've
awesome.
had them go missing, or I've had to give them up before they passed away. So I've never really had
I
one.
buried my Buster a year and a half ago, and
Oh.
then I got you remember Buster, Eli, the
Yes, I do. Yeah.
big old dog. He just
Yes, I
big
do.
old Brendel Pip, just
Oh wow.
just a lover. I got Rain when I did not have Rain, the mom that had the puppy. She wasn't mine.
Mm-hmm.
When my daughter went to
Mm-hmm.
prison, she goes, Mama, take care of Rain. Well, she ended up getting attached to me, and I told my daughter, she goes, how's my dog? I said, you're what? You're what? No, 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 no. See, when you come out, we're going to have to get you a puppy because the dog that you thought was once yours is now mine connected at the hip. She has very, very bad separation anxiety. When
Yeah.
I leave, it's like I've been gone for four years, and she jumps on me like she ain't even seen me in like eons.
My roommate's dog's
Ugh.
like that. And she'll sit in his bed all day long and just mope and sleep there,
Mm.
and she won't go outside for me. She might occasionally for my boyfriend, but my boyfriend's son, as long as he's here, she's all fine. But when my roommate comes home, then she's up and all over the place. But
I had to
she
hold her down.
Wow.
She like scrapes my arms open and shit. I'm like, bro, I was gone for 25 minutes. Sometimes I'll just go out to the yard and be up for 5 minutes. Comes in, I'm like, bro, 5 minutes. Like, I'm 5 minutes. You heard
Wow.
puppies?
my cat is my female cat. She was like that with my daughter, but then my daughter moved out and she became my cat, and she's not like that so much with me.
Exactly. They
But
become yours.
she
They do become yours. Not that you pick them.
Mm.
Like, you
be,
didn't pick her out. She just became
Mm.
yours.
before my daughter moved out, if she couldn't get in the same room with my daughter, she was at that door crying or scratching at the door, and as soon as she got in there, she was fine. If my daughter wasn't home, she would be meowing, looking all over the house for her. You couldn't satisfy her. But now, and she hasn't seen my daughter in about a year, and,
Oh
For
wow.
real,
and
he's having
so
separation anxiety.
she's doing really well because now that we're in a new house, and now I got my boyfriend and his kids when they come over occasionally because they're grown, and then our roommate on top of that. So she's got all these extra people that she's not used to having. So she's getting love all over the place. But for some reason she runs for me now. She,
Yeah.
she's mad at me right now because I give her a bath.
Have you ever
Oh,
had
I've
a-
never given my cat a bath. I wouldn't even try because she would like to tear me
have
the hell up.
I have to give him, especially my male cat, baths every once in a while because he sheds so freaking much.
My puppies
wow.
get a bath this week, and you're not supposed to give them a bath for like 8 to 9
Yeah.
weeks. I'm like, you little filthy mongrels, the ones that are left are getting a bath. I showed you all of them
Right.
except for, dude, they're over here wrestling, biting each other like they're
Mm.
heathens, man. I'm telling you. I've never seen
Wow.
puppies. One puppy will bite the other puppy's tail. At the same time, the other puppy's biting the freaking foot of the puppy. I'm going, you all need to calm down. Now they're eating the
Right.
box. Now they're eating the box. I'm saying, what? They ate my wall already. They ate
Exactly.
my bathroom wall, dude. They ate it.
Oh
Hey, what's up, Doris?
wow!
What's going on, man?
I put them in a giant crate.
Mhm.
Shit you not, they got out of it. How they got out of it? Three times. I went real quick to a doctor's, came back. I said to my sister, "How would the puppy?" She goes, "They escaped the crate." I said, "How the hell they did that?" She goes, "I don't know. They must have climbed out. I don't know how they did it. It's
Wow.
still
Exactly.
locked. It's still locked, but the top has bigger holes." So I said to Megan, I said, "We need
Exactly.
to get some stuff. Unless they squeezed
Exactly.
out. I don't know.
Exactly.
They're fat. I don't know how they got out of it."
Right. Well, guys, I'm gonna go and close it down because I got dinner, man. You know, I'm hungry.
It's
But
dinner made. Fran
um,
made you dinner. What'd she
yeah,
make?
yeah,
What'd she make
yeah.
first? What'd she make? What'd you make,
So
Fran?
hey, it's just
What'd you,
a bacon and eggs. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
breakfast for
hey, yeah,
dinner.
breakfast for dinner. Why not?
I
But
Just
could
some
have the
steak.
I could have the eggs. I couldn't have the bacon.
no, I'll be farting all night. So
Shit.
yeah.
Give
So
him
yeah.
pizza, only veggie pizza with like
Oh
gluten
hell
free
yeah.
and everything. He's gotta have that
Hell
pizza has
yeah.
no taste.
Yeah. No, that sucks, man. But
You don't
thanks for
need it.
coming up, Amy. I
Well,
appreciate it.
thanks
Yes,
for having
Amy
me
You know what
was
I
on.
mean?
fun. I knew we were
I
gonna get
liked
you up here
it.
eventually.
I know, right?
Well, you guys are actually the first people
Sorry.
to have me on for an interview of any kind.
Well,
Ooh, we love
yeah.
that. We're number one. We love that shit. We do.
Hey,
Yeah, I
remember?
know, Billy. You just got here. We've been up here for what, an hour and 15 minutes,
Yep.
bro.
Yep.
You ain't got that much separate anxiety. Shoot,
Exactly. Hey, what's one advice you can give to those new paranormal investigators
you're just
to look
starting
up
out.
for? Yep.
Just go out and have fun. You don't need other people. You don't need all this equipment.
You
If it's
don't.
haunted, it's haunted. It's not. It doesn't matter what time of day. Um,
You haven't
there's
expected them
no
to.
need for drama. There's plenty
No.
of ghost and space in this world for everybody.
There's
You
plenty of
Exactly.
know,
drama channels on YouTube too.
I don't
Exactly.
do drama channels, and I will tell you if there's a bunch of drama on there, I will unsubscribe. I don't want to hear it. I got enough in my lifetime.
Drop her link,
And
Lynn.
Exactly.
if if uh, if there's something going on that between me and another YouTuber, you will not hear me speak of it to nobody, not even to them. I just
When
cut
I
you
have a
off.
problem, I go to that person. I don't go blah blah blah. No, I don't do that.
Well, if I feel like if I feel like me going to that person and discussing it, whatever issue I am having with that person will work, then I'll go to that person and discuss it with them. But if I feel like it's not gonna work, and no matter what I say to them, um, it's not going to solve anything. I'm just going to drop you altogether. I'm not going to talk to you.
Exactly.
I'm not going to talk about the situation. I'm not going to do nothing. It's none of anybody else's business. This is between me and whoever the person is that has drama. There's
Exactly.
no way, no reason whatsoever to bring that onto the internet and to other people and get other
Exactly.
people
It
involved. You
breaks
do not,
down the paranormal community.
Exactly.
right?
Like right now in our paranormal
It's
community,
called
there are clicks.
paranormal.
There are clicks, and you know what? I'm like this. We're paranormal. Whoever's paranormal knows where you know who they can go to, and then there's paranormal people they know you can't go to.
I
It,
want to have fun. I want to have fun going to stream.
Yeah, I
I
just
don't feel
want
like.
when I go to stream, I don't want to do drama. I just want to just rip it
yeah.
up, talk shit, whatever. You know, just like
Well,
have fun.
the thing is okay. You and I, or you guys and I know each other
Oh yeah,
because
long time.
we've talked to each other here and there on social media,
No,
but we don't know each other personally one
No.
on one.
No.
So there's no reason for anybody on YouTube to get on here unless you personally know each other
Hmm.
one on one and get all that drama going because we don't know each other one on one.
Exactly.
If my roommate and I got into a drama, there's no reason for you guys to get involved in that drama. You don't know
Exactly.
either one of us in one on one. So
Exactly.
I hope
Mhm.
I'm conveying
Yeah.
what
Yeah. Yeah. I know
I'm.
what you mean.
no, you're saying it right.
Well.
You're saying it right. When you if I have a problem with Eli, which I have a problem with Eli every freaking day, I go, hey Eli, you're a fucking asshole, man.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah. There you
fucking
go.
asshole, man. You
There
go,
you
yeah,
go.
I know. Like Hawk Paranormal, got a problem with him? Yo, Hawk, why you being a
Mhm.
bitch? I gotta tell people that
Exactly.
shit. But people know me. I mean, you've known me for a while. I say what I say and I say what I mean.
Mhm.
There's no bullshit with me. There's no bullshit with Eli. We say what we
Nope.
say and that's it. We are
Yep.
who we are.
Yep.
We are yeah, over a year. We family, Hawk. We family.
Exactly.
It's like we people know me, people know Eli, and we know we don't start nothing.
Mm-mm.
We just don't, and we don't get involved in something that we had no business being involved in.
Exactly.
I'm
This
a
is what we
follower.
do.
Mhm.
I'm a follower more than I am a leader. But when
Exactly.
it comes to the drama, I don't follow
Mm-mm.
nothing.
I can't.
Mm-mm.
I just can't.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
lead by example.
once you get in it, you're in it. It's like
Right.
you have to keep watching.
Exactly.
I want to lead by example. I love, or I try to love and respect everybody
Ron, you
in
need to start
every
listening
which
to me,
way.
girl, because I'm the smart one, Ron. You know I'm the smart one in the family. He goes, I just don't listen to my
Exactly.
cousin. You don't listen, Ron, because you know I'm
Yeah.
right. Because I'm right, Ron.
I think
I just gotta love and respect everybody in
And
every
that's all
which
it's
way,
about. That's all it's
exactly.
about.
you know
Exactly.
And one day we'll all meet up in a paranormal community. One day we all will. I have
it.
that feeling. We all are going to meet up in some big place. We're all going to meet each other for the first time and know that, hey, you're the same person on camera as you are in real
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
Right.
I
Well,
don't want to
guys.
give somebody a different person in me and then they meet me and go, who the
Yeah.
fuck is that chick?
Well, guys, I'm gonna go to end this, guys. I appreciate it, everybody
He's
coming.
hungry.
No, hey, oh, shit, I don't do this shit. No, I just so. Thank you for coming. But guys, like I was saying, thank you guys for coming. Again, thank you for believing in our journey, and thank you for letting me believe in yours. God bless you, and have a good night.
Bye, Ron. Listen.